documentary Ilan Wolff, clock number TS167.
Photography, for me, is the possibility to discover what I see, my own world, what I wish to do, the dreams I see, and with the camera Obscura I manage to show it to the world. Well, for me, photography, it starts not just the click, taking the picture. It starts looking for a camera, to make the camera myself, because it was fascinating to me just to look for basic material, primitive material, and to build a camera from it, to make a camera, and then to take a picture. And I find out that just a rusty box, a canned box, can give you more life, can make more life in photography than a modern camera with lenses, you know? And that's why I don't use a normal camera, only the camera Obscura. Amsterdam also gave me the possibility really to develop my own world with the camera Obscura, because I was living in Paris before and in Germany and Milano, and those big cities are tough, and you have to survive all the time. You have to make money to live, and in Amsterdam I had the possibility to live very cheap. You don't have to survive, as we say. And I had that enough time, and the atmosphere around was free enough to develop my own way in photography. What I discovered already long time before when I was studying photography, but actually the first time I could really develop it in a professional way was in Amsterdam. I had a flat and I started to work in my own flat, building cameras. It started wood square boxes, but later I discovered that I work with a round shape, and it became cans, round tin cans, my cameras. And that's the last 8 years I managed to develop only in Amsterdam. Amsterdam for me is the base, is just to live and to work. Most of my shooting, I do outside other countries in Europe, in France, Germany, England, Ireland. For me it was the first time in Ireland, and it was interesting to see this country from the European kind of view, because it's very different than Europe. I like the people there very much, because the friendly, and in a way curiosity they have for a foreigner, for stranger, and a little bit naive. They are, and it was very nice, it was very different. You don't see it so much in Europe. Actually, it reminds me a little bit of my hometown, of my homeland, Israel, about the people, how the close they speaking with you on the street, and real friendly.
Pinhole camera. Oh yes.
Pinhole camera.
Oh yes, yes, I see it there. Yeah.
You can make very nice pictures with it. Better than normally come. Oh, yeah. You will be in the picture too. We had a luck with the weather. It was terrific weather. And I managed to see a little bit from a different style of living I never knew before. Pubs. People meet in the pubs. Pubs is a quite central in the life of the people in Ireland. Probably because the bad weather most of the year, and it's an island, they're surrounding with water, so they meet in a pub, because it's the only place where they can be together. And I think this is something I never realized or I never feel before. It was first time in Ireland. And the Guinness, of course. For the taste of Guinness in Dublin is nowhere else, and I learned this beer. I learned to love this beer. Then was something completely different in the west of Ireland, where I had the feeling of the landscape, the powerful of the landscape. I felt the oldness, the thousands of years on those stones, on those rocks, and the powerful it's given me. And it was quite amazing to see, to be there. I felt a strong energy, and yeah, it was a good adventure. It's just a tin can, and here you have a little hole. Well, let's make the picture.
Oh, the camera Obscura.
Camera Obscura.
Yeah,
It's less than 1 millimeter. So it's a very tiny little hole.
I see, yeah.
And it's very important. It's round. It's perfect round shape.
What do? You just stick a pin in it?
No, I
Yeah.
drill.
You drill.
Because it's metal. You have to drill it
Very
very
precisely,
carefully.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'd say when you told me about it, I thought that the lens was here and that the paper was at the back.
Ah, no, that's what usually the pinhole photographer do.
Yes, yeah.
I saw even pinhole photographers who work with round cans, but they don't discover of the round shape,
Yes.
the
yeah.
perfect round shape. They use
A
flat surface.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I'm the only one who
I've
use
certainly
the
never heard
round
of it before.
shape.
It's
And so that's the inside.
what they call intermediate technology. You know?
Yes.
So the
just black-
paper
black.
actually goes that curve.
Yeah, just all over around, just not, of course, cover the hole. Not the area
Yeah.
of the hole. It starts like from here till here.
But does the light actually hit this side of it here?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
hits the...
Well, not the corners.
Yeah, but-
and you can see it on the
I mean,
picture.
what would be the angle of impact of the image on the paper? You know, where would it start? And where-
Well, you can see it here. You see? You see it? Those the black corners, it's the paper
You
up,
see?
where it's not hit, the light not hit.
Yeah.
And let me show you. I mean, you see this point and this point. You see here is more light.
Yes,
And here is
yeah.
light. Is the 2 points who are most close to the hole.
I see.
It means they had a lot of light
Yeah,
coming
yeah.
them. And those corners are the up and the down, where light didn't come.
Explain to me the business of focus. I mean, it's not a lens, therefore you can't focus. So
Right.
how does it stay in focus, the whole thing?
It's just in focus because it's no glass or no lens what change the perspective. It's focused from actually zero till
Yeah.
end.
Well,
Endless.
it's a time exposure you use, is it?
Time exposure change with the lights. It's like from, let's say, 30 seconds till 5 hours.
I thought
depends.
Leonardo da Vinci invented this about 6 centuries ago, didn't he?
Well,
I mean, he didn't use the curve, but the principle.
Right, he used the principle to draw anatomic pieces, like from horses and so. But I think much earlier it was discovered by the Egyptian and the Roman. I think the Egyptians saw it in the pyramid, as I heard, upside down. While they were standing in a pyramid and it was closed, they saw the other pyramid upside down.
Do you mean
the pyramid?
I've heard of little holes in the walls of the pyramid. Do you mean that an image came through that hole and on the opposite wall?
And reflect the other pyramid where they were standing.
Upside down.
Upside down, of course. And they thought it's God because
of course, yeah.
Pyramid can stand on...
It's really an amazing and such a simple idea.
Yes.
It's the most original approach to photography I've seen. And it's so simple, it's amazing. I'd love to see a photograph of this landscape with this principle applied to it.
Well, this is back to West Ireland. The beauty of the landscape, of the nature landscape, with all the sensitivity in it, the quality of the stone and the houses were made by man but dissolved so nice in the landscape, and the colors were what is dominate the world. We can see here it was many sheep in this place while I was photographing. Of course, because the long exposure, they moved and most of them just disappear. But if we look very carefully, we can see 2 sheep, or the spirit of the sheep, come through the paper. They was watching me, what I'm doing, and they was standing for a while, but then they move. But you can see the figure of them. This is very Ireland for me. It's this mysterious of landscape where the sun breaks through the trees or the mountains, and very strong play with light and shadow. The atmosphere is very mysterious here. I love this picture. Back to Dublin, the studio of U2. It's all talk for himself, I think. It's the graffiti on the wall gave the whole feeling of the music they do. And the color, I play especially very strong with the color, the red around and the letters in the middle to have a strong contrast and feeling of music. Green, pink, yellow and red. Strong colors. The same kind of colors, but in a different place, different feeling, completely other atmosphere. Blood again, red, meaning of blood or terror or tragedy, and the cross in the middle, the prison in Dublin. It's a very, very strong, impressive place, and I think I did some good work here because the stone really talk for themselves. You don't have to do much about it. So I was really glad to come here and to photograph here because I think it's a very important place. Box. There's nothing inside. It's black box with a negative, and a little hole, 0.5 millimeter hole, and let's make the picture. It's very, very primitive. I make it myself. Can I do a portrait of you? The library. Can I do a portrait of you? No, you stand 40 seconds. Just 40 seconds.
It's not too long, yeah.
Yeah, like this. Look like a picture from the 19th century, you know, the old brown picture? It has the same atmosphere. I have to develop the negative immediately on the same day to see the result, if the exposure is good enough, or if I have some problems with some cameras. And color also have to be developed in 24 hours. Later on, the positive I will do in my own darkroom. So as you see, everywhere I go, I usually do darkrooms wherever I just can close a room, completely darkness, and just work very simple. This is just ordinary bathroom in an hotel. In this darkroom, I also load it after I'm shooting. I bring all my camera here. I'm taking the paper negative out of the boxes and put them in envelope first. After I put them in envelope, I can fix the chemicals, develop a stop bus and fixer, and the bus I use as a washing place. And I just start to develop the negatives. So actually every room I can make a dark room. I use this light as self-light, so I don't have to change lamps, etc. Well, I think the strongest impression I got, it was the time, the past, and the survival of this place during hundreds of years. And it's a very strong connection to my way of working, because one of the main important things in my photography is also the time. The difference between my way of working and ordinary photography is normal photography, ordinary modern photography is freezing the moment and showing a small part of the moment, and the camera obscura give to the moment to express himself on the frame, on the picture, because it's long exposed and things happen. And I think this place, it just say this answer. So it was a great deal for me to be here, because I gave to the place to express himself in my way of working, and this place is also express himself during these hundreds of years. So I think the combination will be wonderful, and I think I have some good result here. It's very amazing. It's the first time I saw a roof made with stones, and it's just incredible how they make it thousands of years. They put those heavy stones perfectly. It's a combination of very modern shapes like triangle, ordinary roofs and perfect round with very old primitive way of working. Stones as a roof, on a roof, black heavy stones. And this is one of the miracles for me here. And it's very basic things, something back to the roots, what I really like. And this is also my photography with camera obscura, is very basic photography, so I like this place a lot. Again, I love graveyards because they talk again about time. I mean, people who was living here years ago and now they're here, and that's what they left us, a piece of stone or a cross. And I love the atmosphere of graveyard. But it's strange because I was working here 2 times, but during the day, for me, graveyard is more like night atmospheric. But here, even middle of the day, it's give me a very strong impression of the place. The difference between camera obscura work and using modern camera, it's have 2 important characters. One, it's the dimension of time. And I say, what is it exactly? In modern photography, we take a frame and we freeze it. In camera obscura, it's the opposite. Because the long exposure time, what's happened, I take the image or the subject, and 2, 3, or 4, or 5 minutes, or hours sometimes, I let him to express himself. He have the time, and things happen in the frame. And you can see it. Expression of faces when we take portraits. And all that you can see on the photograph, and it's a very big difference. It's not double expose or technical made in studio. It's really you can feel dimension of time in the picture. Another important point is the framing. Modern camera, it's have usually a square frame, and when you photograph the subject or the image, you just cut it, the frame, the border, cut it. It have no natural border. The object doesn't dissolve and disappear. And with the camera obscura, when we have just a hole, and the whole sea around space, and what the light comes through the hole and make the image. Now, as much less light go to the side, the image get darker and darker till it disappear. So the border doesn't cut, ruin the image. It natural disappear to the side. And I think it's very important in photography.
What about the size of the like to stay for the same size?
Same machine. Because if it will be smaller, then everything will lose everything. Yeah.
Listen, Ilan, I have to tell you this story. I walk into this shop, the poster shop in the Calverstraat, and I told them, well, this is me from, the Ilan Wolff cards, and would you like another 50? And I said, 50? You are joking. We like 200.
Really?
It is amazing how it is going. It is going very good.
How much?
Well, I think I'm going to stick to the camera obscura in the next future because for me it's a tool. It's a tool where I can express a lot of things I didn't deal yet with. One is the people. I don't think I will change it right now because I didn't find better tool than that. And I think I would like to do more landscape, and more in the extreme, like more nature, real made by God landscape, like Alaska, where you have the snowfields or the desert. This is more interesting me to work than in the cities, for example. So I hope I can concentrate on project like that.